Now that you've completed your story map, let's take a look at how we can take the information in our story map and turn it into a piece of writing. Now, let's look how this student did that. My band concert. The trumpet is fun to play. I have played the trumpet for 3 years. Last Saturday, I played my trumpet in a band concert. My band teacher, Mr. Phillips, invited all our families and friends to hear us play. About 100 people showed up at Henderson Hall to hear us. I was nervous. I thought I might freeze or mess up a note. We started playing, and I felt really good about how we sounded. At the end, everyone clapped and clapped. Now I can't wait to play in our next concert. Well, that's not too bad. The topic is stated about playing a trumpet in the concert last Saturday. He included information about what happened at the beginning of his story about the band teacher inviting lots of people and being nervous. He talks about how they started playing and he felt really good about how they sounded, and then he included the information at the end how everybody clapped and clapped. But just like every piece of writing, what we write first isn't usually our best writing, and we can always change things to make it better. And that's called revising our writing. Now, this is not a bad start, but let's look at how we can revise this writing to make it even better. Now, I notice here that the beginning, the trumpet is fun to play, and I have played the trumpet for 3 years. That doesn't really fit with our topic of playing in the band concert last Saturday, so we need to just take that part out. While those are true facts, they don't really fit with our topic. Now, we can start with the sentence, last Saturday, I played my trumpet in a band concert. That states our topic, and that begins our story. Now, my band teacher, Mr. Phillips, invited all our families and friends to hear us play. About 100 people showed up at Henderson Hall to hear us. Now, notice that when he wrote this at first, he didn't include any transition words to move the story along. So now he changed it and he added at first. That's a transition. So he included that in his second paragraph. At first, I was nervous. I thought I might freeze or mess up a note. Then we started playing, and I felt really good about how we sounded. Again, he added another transition word because those transition words are important when you're writing. At the end, and that's another transition that he had already included in his writing. At the end, everyone clapped and clapped. Now I can't wait to play in our next concert. Now it's your turn. You're going to take the information from your graphic organizer and you're going to write a story from that information. Now once you write it the first time, you may find that you need to revise it. Don't forget to include your transition words and to make sure that you don't include extra information that doesn't address your topic.